Speaking Mountain. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Guys, good to see you both again. Thank you for the time. I appreciate you.
Hi.
Maya, I'm going to start with you. When Martin Sheen was on West Wing, he used to talk about how he would hear from politicians about the accuracy of the show. And I know doctors who watch Grey's Anatomy kind of talk about what's real and what's not. So I'm sort of curious, when you play a billionaire who is giving away a fortune, like, who do you hear from? Like, has your phone rang at all with anyone telling you, you're like, yeah, you definitely got this part right?
No, I have not. Maybe it's because I'm giving away all my money. Maybe they're like, maybe you don't want to do that.
But yeah. I have actually heard from a gay assistant who used to be a gay assistant to the wife of a billionaire.
I'm listening.
And he said, he was like, are you in our group chat? Like, are you reading our texts? Like, this relationship is so similar to the relationship I had with my former billionaire's wife, boss. I'll tell you off camera who it is. And it was like very funny. It's very funny.
That's
to me
amazing.
that we really nailed it without even meaning to, I think.
It's just the three of us talking. Just you can tell us who.
There's no cameras in here.
It's just us. That's actually fantastic. And honestly doesn't surprise me at all, but that is absolutely fantastic. This is for both of you guys. One of the like themes of this show that I love the most is this idea of taking a down moment in your life and turning it into a positive. I think we all need to know that when something bad happens to us, we can turn our lives around. I'm curious for each of you guys, and this is meant to be a fun question, but what was sort of that worst professional moment that turned out to be a positive? Maybe a role you didn't get or a line that you flubbed. Like, do you have a professional loot moment?
A role I didn't get. Yeah. I've definitely flubbed lines on live TV. That's embarrassing. I mean, I didn't audition for Saturday Night Live, so I thought I would never get to work there. It was like it was a really weird missed opportunity. And then I got a call saying, would you like to come guest for like 3 shows? And so I did. And not guest host, let's be clear. Just be, kind of try out being a cast member. So I did it for 3 weeks and then didn't know if I'd ever get hired, and then I got hired.
For me, it was Sunnyside, which was the very, very short-lived NBC sitcom that I was on in 2019, which when that got canceled, I thought I was kaput, and it was a very low moment for me career-wise, but that actually indirectly, or actually quite directly, led to Loot for me, because Matt Hubbard was a writer on Sunnyside, and when he was writing Nicholas, was sort of like, oh, I really loved working with Joel. I loved his work on that show. Like, let's really sort of, make this quite similar to him. And then I auditioned and got this role. And so it probably wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been on Sunnyside. So that was a real, failure moment that turned into a win.
I love stuff like that. I love those moments that you can sort of look back on and sort of say, okay, hadn't this sort of bad thing not happened, I wouldn't be in this amazing place that I'm at right now. Maya, you brought up SNL, which kind of leads into my next question, because I feel like so much of this show is about sort of leaving one part of your life behind and turning the page on this next chapter, even if it is sometimes scary. And I was wondering if you could compare that idea to when you left SNL, because I would imagine that was a scary thing for anyone to do, but leaving that moment in your life obviously became a place where you were able to have amazing opportunities, which have obviously worked out well. And I was wondering if, as weird as it sounds, the idea behind Loot is comparable at all to leaving SNL.
I mean, it's really hard to leave SNL. It's not like anything else I've ever done to this day, and it forever changed my life, and it still feels like a very permanent part of me. And there is an element of that show that that's live, and that I sometimes try to inject into the things I'm doing, but it's a very different skill set. So it did take me a long time, and I left when I was a very new mother, and I did not understand the world. I was like, I have a new baby. I'm not on SNL. Like, what is life? But I think it set me up for everything that I do. Honestly, I couldn't imagine my life without it. And whenever I get the opportunity just to open that door and go there again, like, it just sort of awakens something in me. And it's not. I don't know if I could have done it forever. It takes everything out of you, but it's such a special love. It's a big love of my life. So yeah, it was hard to leave, but I feel like it will never die inside of me.
Well, it worked out well for the rest of us because we got your time on SNL, but then we also get this show, and I wouldn't want to be without this show. So seriously, thank you guys. I know you have a very busy day. Thank you for out. And now, okay, the cameras are off. Just tell us who it was.
It's Melania Trump.
Yeah.
I knew it. No, you said billionaire.
Yeah,
not-
right.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
that gives it away.
That's a whole other conversation. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
You
Take
too.
care. Bye, guys.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.